Hi everyone, and today we're going to do a little bit of hand appliqué, a little bit like this one which you may have seen on my Instagram feed. First thing you need is a drawing of your design and number all of your pieces, because if you don't you're going to wonder how the crap they fit together when you come to do this later. Once you've got all your pieces numbered, you want to think about the order in which you're going to put them down on your backing fabric, and then make notes on that if it's helpful for you if you've got something that's a little bit complicated. You want to have something that's simple and with graphic kind of larger shapes is genuinely better than something very fiddly where getting the crisp edges is quite challenging with appliqué. So on this I put the pot down and the soil down as the base layer, and then put the cactus leaves on over the top. So the first thing you want to do is cut those pieces out in freezer paper and stick them onto the back of your fabric. You just do that with an iron. If you don't have freezer paper, you can use normal paper and just pin it, that works fine, but freezer paper is kind of brilliant for this. And then cut it out with a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. Then what you want to do is create your nice crisp edges by folding over the seam allowance onto your paper, and you'll end up with a shape with tacking all the way around it, a bit like this one. That's the soil that I did earlier. You can actually get glue pens that do this, but I didn't have one, so I've gone old school and I am sewing it by hand, which is sort of the point of the whole exercise. But there are, I understand, kind of glue pens you can get which allow you to stick your fabric down temporarily, so it avoids all the need for tacking. So if you're not a fan of hand sewing and would rather get this done quickly, then you could always do that. But you just want to tack all the way around the edges at the corners, miter the corners by pushing the corner in first and then folding the edges over it, and that will end up with a slightly neater shape, and you won't end up with kind of sticky outy corners if you do that. And as you come to the end of doing all of your pieces, you will end up with something that looks a little bit like this. So that's the base of my flower pot, all neatly stitched up, and you want to do that to all of your pieces. Once you've done them all, you can then lay them down on your backing fabric in the order that you're going to have to sew them, and just check that your ordering will work. So for this I'm going to put the bottom of the pot and the soil down, and then put the pot rim over the top, and the cactus will come last. I stowed this down using a flat fell stitch, but you can use all sorts of things, and I've seen that look really great with blanket stitch where you actually see the stitches. Flat fell stitch I like because you can't see them. And once you've stitched it all down, you want to take out all of your tacking stitches, and then the slightly odd bit is you flip it onto its back, cut a hole in the back, just a slit will do, and then you pull the paper out from the back of your work so you don't end up with paper stuck in the middle. You can put an extra backing layer over the final product so you don't see all of those holes, but it just means you've gone back to pure fabric and you don't have crispy paper stuck in the middle. And then once you've done all of that, you can stitch round all of your final pieces, frame it, and you're done.